We are live! Welcome to the Spitball Media Podcast. This is where we spit out the top entertainment stories of the week. My name is John Draper. Joining me, the Prince of Philadelphia. His name is Shaheen. Shaheen, how are you?
What's up, my man? How you doing? I'm freezing my ass off over here, so.
Well, you're wearing a T-shirt in 20-degree weather.
That's true. I just got out the shower and I threw a T-shirt. I probably should have got a hoodie. I don't know what I'm thinking here.
I know. Normally, at this time of year, man, you're hoodied up.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing here, man.
Well,
struggling is what I'm doing here.
B-Show Brian, you've got your hoodie on. You've got your I want to say it's a Peaky Blinders cap on, and you look ready to work.
I could do like the Kevin James thing and wear it backwards.
Like the meme?
Kanga hat?
Meme?
Yeah.
Is that the meme of Kevin James?
Oh, dude, I prefer that. The other way around reminds me of that fucking that fake life coach that I used to beef with. He used to
the fake life coach.
Yeah. Eli. I'm getting like PTSD here from YouTube.
Well, it's PTSD show, Brian. Hey, if you're joining us for the first time, thanks for checking us out. We really appreciate it. Consider going to patreon.com/Spitball Media. We've got well over 1,000 hours there of exclusive content, bonus shows, solo shows, question and answer shows. And Shah, this is a holiday season. Give that gift to yourself. What do you say?
Yeah, and actually this month, I want to say this is the first month ever where we're each going to put out a separate show.
Just for the Patreon.
I don't think this has ever happened before. So
never happened.
Good time to sign up. $5 a month. It's motherfucking nothing nowadays. So
absolutely. And B-Show Brian. B-Show Brian, your guy knows a little bit about the old American dollar. I think we're still way ahead of the curve, especially since YouTube just doubled their streaming services today.
What is it, $84.99 a month for YouTube TV or something?
Yes,
now?
$84, and they got rid of all the sports stuff that was in there for exclusivity, and it's just $84 a month.
And they wonder why people are like capping CEOs and shit, man. I mean, honestly,
careful.
I'm not agreeing or
careful.
disagreeing.
Careful.
I'm saying people wonder why shit's getting weird out there, and it's because everyone's trying to get squeezed for every last nickel they can, and we're not going to do that. $5 a month still gets you access, all the bonus shows, Q&As every month, and like John said, we're all going to do a bonus show to make up for not having a Q&A this month, just because the holiday season kind of got away from us. So thank you guys for all your support. For most of you, have been with us since day one, and we do not forget that. But it's been a great year.
It certainly has. Shah, I think I'm going to say this right now. I can honestly say this is probably the most fun I've ever had podcasting, because it's not the real reason is because the lack of any stress from doing this show.
And I'm going to be honest with you, next week's show is the show that I've been looking forward to.
Oh my God. Yeah. People start asking us about that in March.
So yeah, I mean, this has been the easiest show I've personally done. I started out in wrestling, and wrestling was fun. Like the first, 2-3 years. Obviously, I did a show with Boxman. I did a show with J-Cat.
Yeah.
What did I do a show with? I don't fucking know. But yeah, I mean, wrestling, it got, I don't know, man. I just kind of dreaded it by the 5th or 6th year. And I was just like, all right, this is not fun anymore. And then we did politics, and that got traumatizing and depressing. And I never want to visit those days again. But this right here, I look forward to it every week because it introduces me to new films. Like, this is something I'm genuinely like excited about and invested in. I mean, obviously I collect physical media. I'm a big movie guy. So this is the perfect format for me personally, So I'm happy we made that decision. No regret.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And B-Show Brian, one of the things I think that people have expressed back to us is the ease in which they can listen to the show just because of because of the lighthearted nature of anything. Like, we seldom ever, I don't even know that we've ever argued about anything. I'm not even saying this to be a joke. The three of us have never argued on a show about a single topic, I think, ever, right?
I think so.
I can't even think of a single incident. Like, it's just such a stress-free environment.
Like, the worst was maybe a spirited debate about something, but
but that's not the count.
No, I don't think we all walked into this knowing like we're 3 people from 3 very different backgrounds with some similar interests. So of course we're going to disagree about stuff, and we don't like we're not so married to an idea that like we get angry at each other when someone doesn't like a movie. It's small potatoes.
Can't even imagine that. What were you going to say, Shah?
I was going to say, if anything, it was probably on Break the Apocalypse. I don't think we even.
But even then, I don't think so.
It
just wasn't really that vibe. So if you just want like stress-free we don't really have any agenda behind our movie opinion. It's just stuff that we find entertaining, and then we cover entertainment stories. So if you like that and want more, go to patreon.com/spitball media, $5 a month. I assure you, no one's making a mint here. It's just to keep sort of production costs. And if you join this month, you'll get the full catalog for everything going back to the beginning. Plus, we're going to do 3 separate mini shows individually before the end of the year. And then next week, we'll announce the schedule for the last 2 weeks of the year. So please consider going to patreon.com/spitball media. $5 a month. It's always been $5. There's no tiers, just $5 a month. And of course, going into the new year, we'll have our signature Q&A show. B, who's chilling with us in the chat? I feel like
We've got a couple new names that I haven't seen yet. We've got obviously Chris Matthews, who's been there since day one.
OG of OGs.
Got our buddy Slave Cheeks.
No, there's the OG room right now.
DX Meme Pac.
Oh, what's up, DX Meme Pac?
Sorry, DX Meme X Pac. I forgot.
Meme X. Oh, of course.
Hey now, Rich Dow.
Hey now, Rich Dow.
Kevco TV.
Big fan of the Kevco. No.
Don Stoney.
Oh, what's up, Don Stoney? You're getting your own show based on a topic you sent us for the bonus show in the new year, by the way.
Yep. Robbie Desjardins.
Big fan of the day, Jarlet.
And Joe Punches snuck in there. Yeah.
Oh, he's gonna knock us out with those punches. Thanks, guys, for hanging out. Now, huge announcement. Next week's show will be a regular show in terms of the time, but it is our signature show. Oh, hey, my good friend Neckbeards, AEW
He snuck in there, yeah.
He snuck in there. A lot of people
I didn't want to interrupt you, but I didn't want to not say something.
Well, I'll always stop for neckbeards. Any neckbeard is welcome here, clearly. Although I don't have a neckbeard. Ironically, this is the only place I don't have a beard. None of us have neckbeards. That's so strange. Look at that. Boy, I look like a turkey neck. Jesus Christ. You could hang me with dental floss. Look at this thin neck. Pencil neck geek. Shah, let them know right now what's happening next week. It's the show of the year.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to be doing our top 5s, and obviously we're going to have some honorable mentions and so forth, but I thought it'd be a fun idea because I took a list down. Pretty much every trailer that we watched throughout the year, whichever one we found exciting, I put it down on a fucking notepad here.
Jesus.
So I've highlighted all the good ones, and I just figured I'd run through them. We're not going to discuss them or anything. I'm just going to read them out loud. And then if you guys want to participate next week, based on these movies, give us your top 5 in the chat room next week. So I haven't seen all these, but these all looked good. And these are all trailers that we watched on here. So we have The Omen. We have In a Violent Nature, Maxine, Cuckoo, Longlegs, Immaculate, Late Night with the Devil, Nosferatu, Stop Motion, The Heretic, Front Room, Starved Acre, I Saw the TV Glow, Terrifier 3, The Substance, Oddity, Smile 2, Alien Romulus. What's that? What was it? Apartment 9A or was it 7A? I forget the title.
That I saw Rosemary's Baby prequel.
Yeah.
Saw that. Yeah.
Abigail, The Watchers, Handling the Undead, Quiet Place Day 1, Never Let Go, that Halle Berry movie. None of us watched it, but that shit looked good, dude. I kind of want to see that. Trap. What else we got here? Daddy's Head,
Smile
Sweet
2.
Darling. How could I forget that? Speak No Evil. I mean, The Devil's Bath, Israel, and VHS, dude. I mean, we have probably like 30 fucking good movies that came out this year. So,
Shah, I just want to say this because DX Meme X Pac said this. What a freaking year for horror! Do you guys remember at the beginning of the year or last year at this time we were thinking this year was going to be a bust? V show.
I remember. I think all three of us were like, "Man, this year's gonna suck."
We were skeptical.
2023 was so amazing, dude. Reading that list off is like
Jesus Christ.
It's like one of those movies where the dad thinks he did a shitty job, and then someone starts listing all the accomplishments of his kids off, and you're just gonna sit there proud.
Dude, that's a lot though. That's an insane
crowded field.
Yeah.
What a year. Shah, you do remember we were like, I don't know about 2024.
Yeah. And like I didn't even mention movies like Lisa Frankenstein and other shit.
Yeah, which did well, which is a well-received movie.
So there were probably like 50, 60 movies that came out this year that were
Exuma, a lot of foreign films that we've yet to see and things like that. Look, this was an extraordinary year for horror. And I am telling you right now, I am struggling like a motherfucker to put that 5 together. I don't have it. I don't have it. And I like the fact, B-Show, that I have to struggle because to me, that list is so tight and so tough. It's literally like you got to put some work into your 5.
Absolutely. I think I have a solid 7, but It's day to day, and I just saw a couple really good ones.
Oh, we're gonna get to that. Yeah, I wanted to get to that too.
Um,
Shah, are you struggling as well? I know B's struggling. I'm struggling.
I mean, I was pushing for a top 10 because I couldn't make a decision. So I got 5 honorable mentions, and
Oof.
I think I have my top 5. But
Okay.
this week I'm gonna try to watch Cuckoo because I really want to.
I think you're
I
gonna
feel
like
like
that.
that might. I feel like that might be a decision maker for me.
I think
And
you're gonna
Smile
really
2,
like it.
maybe. If I can squeeze in Smile 2, I don't know how to get it. I don't have.
Just was
Paramount,
watching it
so-
last night, actually, because it's
Yeah,
killing me
so.
because how good it was. It's so performance driven, but I think Cuckoo. I think you, Bisha, you didn't see it, right? I just want to be careful.
Cuckoo yet? No, not yet.
Okay, I think the two of you are going to say, "What a brilliant idea!" Couldn't like just the idea behind it is so strange and so unique that it's really difficult to not like. Even if you don't like the film, the idea is so different that it's just the fact that they didn't mainstream it and didn't make it some crazy killer in the woods who's the killer and it's so strange. Like there's really no movie like it this year.
Yeah, I would argue this year might be better than 2022. Although I will say 2022, I feel like had better movies, because it had Men, I think Pearl.
Yeah, it was a great year.
There was a lot of crazy shit.
Consequently, you didn't even name Maxine in the list that you just read.
No, I mentioned Maxine.
Oh, you did? Okay. That's what I'm saying. It's so dense. I
Yeah.
didn't even know. So people in the chat room are talking about top 5 is hard. Joe Punches hasn't seen Heretic. Kevco said just watched it last night. It's awesome. Heretic is fucking so goddamn good. We will talk about it a little bit. But Bisho, you broke the seal on a couple of biggies here. Let the people know what you watched.
I watched Terrifier 3 and Strange Darling.
Wow.
I think I should have watched them in that order because I watched Strange Darling first, and I loved Strange Darling. I thought it was awesome. I think it wouldn't have worked if they had just let the movie play out from start to finish normally. And the fact that they did it in chapters in different order really, it made the movie from beginning to end. And I'm not going to spoil anything. You're not quite sure, and you kind of you have an idea of what's going on, and then by the end of it, your expectations are completely subverted. It's shot well, it's lit well, performances are good. I can't say enough about that movie. That was one of my top, maybe my top movie of the year. I haven't decided yet.
And Shah, you saw it, right? That's right, you did see it.
Yeah, and honestly, man, I'm so glad that the chapters are there for a reason, and it's not just for the sake of being artsy. Because at first I was like, oh, this is dumb as fuck, man. This is gonna ruin it. Like, why are you doing this? And then once I saw the twist, I was like, oh, okay, all right, okay, I get it. I see what you're doing here. So I appreciate, I appreciate their approach.
Now I got to ask B because I asked Shah this. B, you did not see that coming, right?
No.
Did you think unreal? Right? What a clever! It was so clever.
I thought I don't want to spoil it.
I know.
No. I didn't think that was the twist. I couldn't tell if it was like some sick sexual game maybe that she was playing.
Yeah, like they were fucking with each other because it would seem that way.
Well, it's because she was saying some crazy shit in the car, so it's like you didn't know if she was into it or not.
Yeah,
right. Yeah. Or if it went too far, or they said it's a true story of a serial killer. So is he a serial? You know what I mean? So it was masterful,
insane,
shot well, looked good, performances were good, and then when they introduced what's that dude's name, the older actor,
Ed Begley Jr.
Ed Begley Jr. He's
so odd.
Things.
The hippie couple in the woods. So weird. It's like Chainsaw. It's like cool, Chainsaw. Yeah, this movie, Shah, what do you say? It's like 4 different types of movie. Like they're channeling like Tarantino, Robert Rodriguez, 90s style. Like, you know what I mean? It's literally, and it does blend into the horror world because it's a fucking brutal movie. Like, like it's artsy, but there's some real violence in this fucking movie, man.
Yeah. I wouldn't categorize it as horror. I would still say it's
thriller.
100% a thriller, but
thriller.
But I would still mention it. I would still count it in. I fucking loved it, man. As soon as it went up for pre-sale, dude, I bought it. And I'm probably gonna upgrade it to 4K once they put it out.
Love to see that in 4K.
Yeah, I'm one of those idiots that'll buy the Blu-ray and then upgrade to 4K like 4 months later. So, dude, the Universal is fucking notorious for that, man. They put out Abigail. They put out all these movies on Blu-ray. 4 months later, they put it out on 4K, and everyone's
they can afford to do that too. Take a loss if it doesn't work. They can afford it. Bisho, you were talking about how much you love the color saturation of the way it was shot.
Yeah, I mean, everything was beautiful, and the way you mentioned saturation, I forgot all about that. Like that was at the beginning of the movie. The greens are so deep, the reds are so deep.
How about
However,
that narration in the beginning too?
yeah, the almost John Larroquette,
Right?
Texas
Chainsaw.
Chainsaw style. Yeah,
Chainsaw.
but like, yeah, just the color caught me off guard because there's a lot of horror movies where it's either like a green wash or a yellow wash to make it look sickly or something like that, or an amber wash. This was like all of the primary colors, the
Mm.
reds, the blues,
The
the
red,
greens, everything was so
the
deep and
blood.
so rich.
Yeah, the blood reminded me of Chainsaw. Like
Yeah,
it really fucking did.
yeah.
And that
And
opening scene is like Smokey and the Bandit or something. It's so
yeah,
insane.
that was awesome. What a way to rope you. And I think that was cool
Jesus
too.
Christ.
Because like if they would have started with Act One where they're doing a lot of talking,
Mm.
obviously there's no action there. But you start with like a woman in red running across a field and a dude driving after her in a was she in a Gremlin or something or a
Yeah, she's in
Pinto,
like a fucked up little mini bullshit car,
and
and
he's
he's in a
chasing
fucking
after her in a
fuck
fucking
truck.
truck with a rifle and shit. Like,
Just with a rifle.
how else do you start a movie? That was awesome.
And
Yeah.
you know what though? We've never seen a revenge movie like this before. You know, like
Mm-mm.
this is not like, you know, no pun intended, that movie Revenge. This is nothing like Last House on the Left, I Spit on Your Grave. Very different, same category though. You know?
Excellent. Yeah, it's definitely a revenge thriller. The chat is blowing it up too. Kevco, dope as hell. Don Stoney is mentioning Kyle Garner, who is in so many great horror movies, and he seems like a really cool guy, by the way, if you follow him on social media. Seems like a real dude. Joe Punch is saying it might be my number one. Don Stoney, same thing. And Giovanni Ribisi, guys, was the cinematographer. Actor Giovanni Ribisi is the cinematographer. Fucking bananas. I mean, it's just absolutely bananas. But Bisho, let's not forget Terrifier 3.
Pitchforks coming. I loved Terrifier 2. I liked the original Terrifier. I didn't think it was as great as everyone said, but I enjoyed it quite a bit. I became a fan of the franchise. I did not enjoy Terrifier 3.
Wow.
Really?
Didn't know this.
I did not. In
What?
fact,
Wow.
yeah.
You're like Mike. You're like Mike from the Necromaniacs podcast.
In fact, I listened to his review of it afterward because I remembered what he said,
Hmm.
and not everything, but most of it. I heard
Oh
my
my
thoughts,
God.
my thoughts coming out of his mouth. So
Jesus.
I would suggest if you want a full review, go check out Necromaniacs. But I'll give you kind of the overview that I thought. This year's very crowded, and I don't feel like Terrifier 3 delivered compared to a lot of the other movies.
Okay.
I thought, and I don't want to be too rough, obviously, because I don't want to speak ill, because I really like a lot of the people involved, and I'm proud of the accomplishments. But like the plot wasn't there. It reminded me of the South Park thing where they talk about the difference between a movie that says, and then this happens, and then this happens, and then this happens, versus then this happens, but this happens, therefore
And
this
then,
happens.
right. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I never remember that. Uh-huh.
It seemed like a Rob Zombie movie in a sense where,
Oof.
yep,
Sorry. Oof.
where like Rob Zombie will come up with a whole bunch of ideas for something and then kind of half-ass a story to stitch them together just as an excuse to do them. I also thought I understand why because it's that type of movie, but I think they doubled down on the violence and trying to shock people and forgot that Terrifier 2 had a great story with it and just kind of let that
They
take
really,
the back
yeah.
seat.
Yeah.
I mean, I understand why there's an allure to it being that type of movie, but I honestly, it's funny because your brother used a different franchise. I thought they had Terrifier 2 was like Saw 1, and then they jumped straight to like Saw 6 with this
Jesus.
movie.
Okay.
Or, actually, Nightmare on Elm Street's probably more appropriate because in this movie, I thought, I hate saying this bad shit because there's some good stuff about it that I want to get to, but I thought Art went from like Terrifier 2, he's still kind of goofy, almost like Freddy Krueger, where he's kind of goofy, but he's scary.
Mhm.
In this movie, I thought he went straight fucking Johnny Carson, annoying.
Wow.
I and like here's the thing, man. The brutality and the choices. Not my favorite type of movie, but if it's good, that's fine. Like Terrifier 2 was brutal, and I loved the movie because
Super brutal.
it was still good.
Mm.
It's almost like we talk about with the MCU. If you're gonna like cast based on diversity or based on whatever political issues, at least just make it good. I don't care.
Mhm.
Like if do it, but make the movie good. And I just for a lot of reasons, just plots. I just objectively, I just did not think it was a good movie. And to
Wow.
me, if you're making a movie that's that brutal and going there, it's got to be good. And I just, yeah, man, I didn't like
Okay.
it.
Now, before I want to just get Shah's opinion on this from you, but if Bisho, better movie in a violent nature or Terrifier 3?
Better movie
Better movie.
in a violent nature.
That's what I thought you were going to say. Shah, I'm very surprised that this is Bisho's opinion. He's a super Terrifier fan.
Dude, I'm honestly shocked. I thought that was going to be his number one.
Me
movie of the
too.
year.
I did too. I couldn't wait for him to talk about it. I was like, he's gonna go off.
Because
Like,
I mean, even last year, I was never on really like the Terrifier hype train. You know what I mean? Like, I was never one of those people that's like, I'm not freaking out over it. I like it. I get why people are into it. I'm just not one of those super like gore fest lovers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I like weird fucking.
you don't like slasher. You're not a slasher fan. That's what. That's really what
I really like the character though. You know what I mean? I actually watched a documentary on it yesterday on YouTube.
Oh wow!
And it's amazing how much effort went into blowing up art to what it is today.
Wow,
dude, you got to. I think the channel is like CZ something. If you just type in CZ, Art the Clown, it'll pop up. But yo, man, the amount of fucking failures that Damien Leone had to go through, like that shit is kind of inspiring, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. Dude, he went through this shit from fucking like year 2000.
Yeah, and he's not that young of a guy. I'm not trying to be a dick, but it's like this is now Bisho. This is now a $100 million plus franchise.
It made me sad that this movie made $100 million and Terrifier 2 made 30.
Oh, it's Terrifier 2. Let's not fuck around here. Terrifier 2 is an infinitely superior movie in my opinion. I think so.
Yeah, Drew, you already got it. CZ World. That's the channel.
CZ World. Thanks, Drew. Shah, would you say Terrifier 2 is the best of the trilogy?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
John,
100%.
in fact, I recommend you out of everyone to watch that CZ World documentary. It's about 30 minutes on art. You'll fucking love how much effort went into that just because you have that connection to it.
Oh yeah. Is my boy in there? Is my boy in there?
No. I think a lot of them, there was also like, I mean, he was just giving out tiers. You could like donate to become like a extra in the movie or a producer.
Yeah, dude. It's a grassroots, bare bones.
Yeah, it was
blood and guts.
Pretty much. Yeah.
No rich daddy paying for shit. No rich spouse, no rich nephew or uncle or some shit. Bisho, but you love the franchise. I mean, now let me ask you a quick question because we have so much to get to. But are you still good with the franchise, or are you checking out?
I'm interested to see where it goes from here, but I don't know if I'm rushing out to see Terrifier 4. I mean, honestly, because like obviously I'm not going to spoil anything, but they leave it on a hook.
Yeah,
and it's an interesting hook to see where it'll go. I was just so and I hate to say it because, like you guys said, it's a labor of love. It's a horror movie's like dream come true in some ways.
Yeah,
it just like I think it looked good, like the grainy look with the Christmas lights, and
I like the look a lot.
Lauren Lavera's performance is really good.
She looks great too, by the way. Jesus fucking.
Yeah,
she's just not getting any less good looking.
No. And I think
absurdly attractive.
I think there's some good stuff there, but just not enough for me. I just was kind of disappointed, man.
Okay.
Honestly.
Well, I know it's not going to be in your top 5.
Real quick. Let me mention this real quick too. Mm-hmm. I think the problem with Terrifier is, based on watching that documentary, like Damien Leone, he focuses. I think most of his effort goes into that one scene that's going to stand out in the movie to gross people out. Versus the story. Like this movie moved nothing as far as storyline wise.
No,
you know what I mean? We stayed in the same place.
Just shifted it to Christmas. It
was just Christmas. Yeah, it was the next day. It felt
was
like
it a 5-year span or a 3-year span?
5
years. 5 years.
I don't know. I want more explanation as far as the background of art. Like what the fuck is he? What is all this weird flashbacks? Give me some explanation. Like the shower scene is cool. Chainsawing bitches. I get it. That's cool. But like, that can't be the movie.
The Santa stuff was fun too. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, but like, it almost felt like a Family Guy episode where like, here's the story going on. And then, oh wait, here's Art doing something completely unrelated just because.
Remember the chime when we.
Yeah. Do you remember the time, Lois, when Terrifier went to meet Santa Claus? Like, yeah, I do. But like, I get it. That's a fun idea. Like I said, I think I told Mike, it reminded me of Rob Zombie's 31. Where like I understand you came up with all these great characters and these cool things to do, but it just I don't know, man. I feel bad saying that. I enjoy the guy's work. I respect him a lot. I'm a fan of the franchise.
Do you still want him to take the Nightmare franchise?
No.
Oh God, that's amazing.
No.
I'm gonna call this episode Bisho Bombshell. It's a Bisho Bombshell. The B stands for bombshell. Shah, this is shocking. This is as close as we come to arguing.
I mean, dude, like I said, I thought that was gonna be his #1 movie
Me
of the
too.
year.
I did
I
too.
mean,
I thought
I get
top
it
five.
though. I
I
get
get it.
it though because nothing advanced in the movie. It was just like, hey, look at these cool kills. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
it's literally like if you, it's like, well, I'll do you one better. So John Wick's spinoff is starting, right? And apparently he's in it. I don't know it could be a prequel. I just saw that he's in it in some capacity, and I remember scanning through my channels after watching the ballerina trailer, which we'll skip because it doesn't interest me as much. I'm a big John Wick guy. I remember walking out of 4 going, this felt a little I love the franchise, but this was not the best effort, and maybe it's time to move on. Like, and I just feel like this is kind of like the horror John Wick, possibly, where it wasn't supposed to be this big cultural thing, and it wasn't dude, we weren't supposed to be here, like the way Sasha Banks used to say in the middle of a WWE ring, like, I'm not supposed to be here. Like, it's like that. And like Terrifier is the little engine that could. John Wick wasn't even supposed to go to movie theaters, and it was called a different name. And the only reason they changed the name John Wick is because Keanu Reeves could never remember the name of the fucking movie. You could look that up, by the way. That's a fucking fact. It was called like Revenge or some weird thing, and it was just called like, or I'm Back or some bad. And he just kept calling it John Wick till they said, "Fuck it, we'll call it John Wick." Like, you know what I mean?
That's amazing.
And true story. But it's like I loved 1, I loved 2, I really liked 3 a lot. 4, I was like, oh, we're doing this, okay. Oh, this is what we're doing. And look, I'm still on board because Terrifier delivers in the gore. I love the little engine that could shit. Big fan. I have a little bit of a personal connection to it previously from the previous movies, so a good friend of mine. And I love it. Damien seems like the most New York guy ever. Like, Damien is so New York. Like, and I'll always root for Damien, even though I never talked Damien, don't know Damien. For people that don't forget, I was invited to the red carpet for 2, and I couldn't go, and I regret that terribly, especially the way the circumstances turned out. But I'll always root for it, but I might be ready to move on. I think 4 needs to be like the smartest of it, the movie, and maybe even the less gore. But the kind of money this makes, the popularity of art, Shah, art is right now in the lexicon of all the horror world. Everyone knows who the fuck he is. I don't think this is going anywhere, but I'm a little cooled off on it because I wanted a little bit more from the story too.
yeah, it's almost like what XPW was, back in the 2000s. Like when you saw like New Jack throw off Vic Grimes, and that was like a viral moment, and everybody was like, "Holy shit!" And then they try to top that with Supreme and Vic Grimes like blowing each other up from the scaffold. It became a gimmick spot where there was no story behind anything, and it was just trying to top the last scene essentially. And I feel like that's where Terrifier is going, man.
Yeah,
they should spend some time explaining what they've teased over the last 3
and we
movies.
don't know that they're not, guys. We nobody knows what 4 is. We have no fucking idea what.
Well, the thing that worries me is the fact that 3 didn't move anything as far as the story. So I'm like,
and yet it doubled in a half what 2 did.
But like, what if 4 is just at Halloween and it's the same thing? Like it looks.
4
cool.
I heard is going to be Arbor Day. That's what a lot
Arbor
of people.
Day.
It's going to be Arbor Day.
Art
might he's going to find love on Flag Day in 5. This as an insider, I know.
I hope they go back to Halloween though. I know the first one was during Halloween, but it wasn't. I don't know. I just.
It's going to be Purim. It's going to be Orthodox, Jewish Orthodox Halloween Purim. Art's going to have the payas. He's going to have the hat on. They're going to kill him with pork. But listen, there are so many other things we're going to get to that I'm going to have to skip a whole bunch of stuff here because I really want to get to the Golden Globes because there's a big backstory here. The Golden Globe nominations were announced the other day. This is the Hollywood Foreign Press's awards. So it's exclusive to the Hollywood Foreign Press. Always very odd award show. They drink there. But they put things in categories that are odd. And the huge story out of the Golden Globes for our world is what I sort of predicted, that because we had so much artistic horror this year and so many strong female performances, and we're going to probably talk about that a little bit more, that it would, we're not going to see Longlegs and Heretic and Substance. Like they're going to focus on one movie. And boy, was I right. Because The Substance, the little movie that wasn't possibly even going to go to theaters because they wanted to change it because of the ending, is now nominated for 5 fucking Golden Globes. 5. And these are no bullshit awards, B show. These are like, this is the precursor to the fucking Academy Awards.
Yeah, 5, including Best Motion Picture, musical or comedy.
Jesus.
Best Performance by Female Actor in a Motion Picture, that's Demi Moore. Best Performance by Female Actor in a Supporting Role, that's Margaret Qualley. Best Director for Coralie Farragut. And Best Screenplay by Coralie Farragut. So, wow.
I mean, Shah, this is huge for
Well,
horror.
the categories alone, that's what's making it really impressive. You know what I mean? It's not like, oh, the best set or, you know, best costume.
Yeah,
or,
it wasn't a costume award.
yeah. I mean, look at these fucking categories, man. I mean,
Jesus.
Yeah, it wasn't like the special class that they could give horror movies. It was like,
Yeah.
honors.
Wasn't the box office award so they can give something to Deadpool, which is another thing they're doing. But Shah, I mean, no, this is so beyond the scope of what I thought it would be, honestly.
Well, out of these 5, realistically, which one do you think, if any at all, would it be able to win?
You want to know how I really feel?
Yeah.
I think it could win all of them, and I'll tell you why. This is very much female empowerment. This is very much an industry where there's still a lot of discrepancy in women for pay and roles. We have a 62-year-old woman who did full bush, you know, for peanuts, by the way. And we have a young woman, you know, who, you know, really blew her career up. And we have a female director who also wrote the fucking movie. So I do feel that that is a thing, you know, and realistically, yeah, I could see it winning almost every one. I'm dead ass serious. I could see it winning every one of these awards. What do you think, Shah?
Well, I have a question for you. X-Pac in the chat over there is saying, how is this a musical or comedy? I didn't even notice that. Yeah, how is this under
this
the
is
music?
this is the Golden Globes. They do this all the time. They put things in the categories so they can get nominated. This is the Academy
end got
Award.
kind of silly. It was a little comedic.
You're supposed to laugh at the end.
Yeah, I mean that's what I didn't like about the
You're
end.
supposed to
I was
laugh
like,
at what's his face there. The I was gonna say Bo Bridges. Not Jeff Bridges. What's his face? Oh my God.
Kevin Costner?
No. The guy who runs the TV studio.
Oh,
What's his name?
Dennis Quaid.
Dennis Quaid. You're
Why
supposed
did
to
I say
laugh
Kevin
at Dennis
Costner.
Quaid.
Jesus
You're
Christ.
supposed to laugh at her, you know, her stirring, making the turkey and pulling things out of her body. So yeah, Shah, that to me, like that doesn't, because I'm more fluid with these awards.
Yeah.
You know,
Fair
and,
enough.
you know, you don't think this could win? I think this could win any one of those categories.
well, I think Demi Moore probably has the best chance of winning it.
Over Quayle?
Yeah, definitely.
Really?
Well, she didn't really have to do much. She just had to
Nah,
just
she
be like a hot
didn't.
chick and just sit there, you know?
Yeah, but then
I think Demi Moore's role was much more impactful and just powerful
yeah.
overall. Like
Shit, yeah.
I don't know. I think if anything, it's probably going to be Demi Moore.
Okay. So if you had to put money on it, you're going to just straight up Demi Moore, nothing
Demi
else.
Moore, yeah.
B?
I would agree. Here's the big monkey wrench in this plan. Did you see what the other nominees are for that category?
Yeah, I did. You want to bring it up?
So best motion picture, musical or comedy, that's Anora, which we've talked about.
They're hot on that.
Challengers, which I haven't heard of.
That's Zendaya's movie where she fucks 2 dudes. Big deal. And you see
Amelia
nobody
Perez.
that's a big movie. I'm not that familiar with it, but I think it's a musical with an all like Latina cast. I'm not that familiar with it.
And the other big one, Wicked.
Okay, here's the thing though. This got nominated, I think, for more awards than Wicked did. Wicked got nominated for 4 awards. This got nominated for 5 awards. I think a lot of those movies will cancel themselves out because Demi Moore is a 62-year-old woman who did graphic nudity in a very humbling way.
Amy Adams is nominated in the same, best female actor in a musical or comedy for Night Bitch.
Yeah, but that director is a big it's an artsy film. This is an artsy. Golden Globes is art. It's more artsy. It's Hollywood foreign press. Yeah. You know, and Demi Moore, guys, it's like a comeback story. When was the last time you saw her? Do either one of you could think of the time you saw her before this movie?
When she was dating Ashton Kutcher or whatever.
Shah, when was the last time you saw Demi Moore in a movie?
Shit, man. Striptease? I don't know. I think that literally might be it.
For me, it was a Margin Call. But I don't know. I mean, I'm such a fan of this. I'm very happy that this happened. To me, the big story is, I feel that Longlegs, even Naomi Clark from Smile 2, is that Naomi something? Naomi something. I forget her name. Strange Darling, female lead. Let's be honest. Nora supposedly is like going to be, it's like one of the best movies of the year. Everybody, I mean, you could tell Nora's a good movie. I don't know if enough people saw it. Um, I think what we're seeing is, if the substance didn't exist, we may have had a shot for some of these other women in this category. I fully believe that. And I also feel that Nicolas Cage, uh, any other year, would have maybe gotten a nomination, but because Hugh Grant, and when you guys see this fucking movie, you'll be like, yeah, okay, I get it now. Hugh Grant in The Heretic is a Marlon Brando Godfather B show performance. It is.
Wow.
It is. He has so much. I mean, that's not even a fair comparison. Brando is all over the place in The Godfather.
Yeah.
But I mean, B show. He has so much dialogue. He is so integral to this film. He's the star. He's the narrator. He's the protagonist. He's also the antagonist he's the antagonist and the protagonist. I am very happy that happened, but I do feel bad because I think a lot of these other people could have had a shot. Strange Darling, definitely the woman from Strange Darling, 100%. She's
Don Tony
brilliant.
mentioned Love Lies Bleeding got completely
Love Lies
left
Bleeding.
out.
Thank you.
Yeah.
There's another one, completely washed over. An incredible performances, incredible director, incredible plot, gorgeous fucking movie, right? Mm-hmm. But the substance sucked the oxygen out of the room, and Hugh Grant's stardom attaching himself to this little film, and it's a small film, The Heretic. It's not a big film. There's only 5 speaking parts in the whole fucking movie. I think Bisho, unfortunately, this was a preordained thing because of the strength of this one movie getting all the attention.
Yeah, that's a risky pose in such a crowded, environment this year. I wasn't sure that Nicolas Cage was going to get nominated because as odd as his performance was and as good, you like people compare it to Silence of the Lambs, right? What's his name? Anthony Hopkins was not on screen for long.
No.
But what he did was so captivating in his performance and his eyes and his
Brando
delivery.
and The Godfather.
Exactly. Whereas if you look at Cage and Longlegs, he had the song and the weird stuff and some of the shock value, but he almost didn't have a full performance. He was almost like a set piece in a way. I think he was effective in what he did, but in terms of like best actor or performance, I can definitely see why Hugh Grant carrying that movie might have edged him out.
Yeah, and Shah, you've heard that about The Heretic too, right? Like anybody who saw it, it's like, oh my god.
Yeah, I'm trying to see it tomorrow night. So I'm hoping I can squeeze that in and Cuckoo before the next show, because I feel like those two I need to watch to be able to give it a fair shot as far as this year, and also Smile too. But realistically, I don't think I'm going to be able to see Smile. But The Heretic and Cuckoo, that's my goal for the next 7 days.
Well, I do think Hugh Grant has a very good chance of winning also because of the strength of his performance. And again, listen, we don't know what's going to happen. Substance could lose every fucking category, lose everything. Hugh Grant could not win. None of them could get nominated for Academy Awards. But before we move on, because we have a bunch of sick trailers to get to, I'm going to ask you guys a quick question. Demi Moore, Margaret Qualley, Hugh Grant, any of them getting nominated for, regardless of the outcome of Golden Globes, Shot, any of them do you think getting nominated for an Academy Award?
Doubtful.
And none of them.
I don't see it. No.
Okay.
I would love to see it happen, but no, I don't think it's gonna
be any of them, regardless of the outcome. Forget the outcome. Any of them getting nominated for an Academy Award?
I don't think so. I wish, because I think if that happened, it would be the year that the Academy finally said, you know what, we can't keep thumbing our nose at horror. We have to admit there's some great performances there. I just don't see it happening.
Okay. I think it could for any one of them in particular, but I'm not holding my breath. They do seem to be a lot of small market movies, that no one has seen, but everyone's going to nominate. Unfortunately, I do think Honora has everything I've heard about Honora, Shah, I think you've heard it too, because we're a fan of that director. Everything I've heard about Honora tells me Honora's probably an Academy Award movie.
Which one is Honora?
That's the Florida Projects guy movie about the girl in Brooklyn who's a stripper who marries the Russian gangster guy's son. Yeah.
I got to see that.
Yeah, that looks great too. I'm excited to see that. I don't think I'm going to get to the theater before the end of the year. But if I did, I might make an effort for like a Nora. Although I did talk a little bit to the Werewolves director because his movie's not doing well, and it looks like a lot of fun. He seems like a good dude, that guy. So shout out to him. If you get a chance to see Werewolves, Stephen Miller, Stephen J. Miller, cool dude. Love that guy. He reminds me of the Strange Darling guy. They're out there promoting their movies like a regular person, talking to people, trying to get people to see it. I fuck it, just like Damien. I love that.
Yeah.
Like, what a way to get people right. You know what I'm saying? Be sure. Like, I see that, I get all excited.
Yeah, not high and mighty. Just like, hey guys, check this movie out. You might like it. If not, cool. You know, it was really low key, but
very low key. I love that. I want to support that as like an indie rock guy. But listen, we're going to find out. I'm excited for the Golden Globes. I'm going to be watching for sure. And we'll see how it goes. I mean, horror could get big middle finger again to horror possibly, but there is a good chance, especially with the Substance being such a top contender, and it does have more nominations than Wicked. I mean, it's just. Oh, and Chuck, thank you. Nora's coming to digital next week. I got to see that movie. I like that girl too. She's a cutie, that Mickey Madsen. By the way, Bisha, all these people are like in Tarantino's Once Upon a Time in LA, whatever.
Yeah,
Hollywood. It's crazy.
That's interesting, man. That's kind of the gateway.
Austin Butler,
for a lot of these people.
Sweeney, Sidney Sweeney, Mickey Madsen.
I know you want to see Sweeney and Barbarella. I heard about that.
Oh, that's Barbarella's great. I love Barbarella. That's a two-tissue movie. So listen, we got some amazing trailers, but we're going to go right to the big swinging dick trailer. 28 days later, 28 months later, 28 years later. Look, I don't remember these movies. We just found out none of them are available on physical media, which is very strange. But Danny Boyle is back directing. And Shah, the big news, who's writing the movie? Oh, I think Shah had to check.
I think he had to tend to the dog.
Can we pull up before we get to the trailer? Can we just pull up the cast of the 28 years later?
Oh yeah.
It's the third in a trilogy. Oh yeah, John, your boy from Old Boy is the lead in Exuma. I did know that, Joe Punches. Yeah, he's in a lot of movies. He's in I Saw the Devil. Shah, we were just about to get to the big swinging dick trailer, but I wanted to talk a little bit about 28 years later because Danny Boyle is back to direct, but it's written by one of our favorite writer-directors. Bisho, can you pull it up for the because I don't know who's in the movie, by the way.
Oh, my bad. I thought it was showing.
Oh, sorry. Okay, can you just make that a little bigger? Sorry.
Yeah, Alex Garland.
Alex Garland, Shah, wrote it. Danny Boyle directed it. And look at this cast. Ray Fiennes, Jodie Comer is a big star from TV. Aaron Taylor Johnson, whose new movie is about to bomb. Cillian Murphy's back. Jack O'Connell is a big younger star there. But Shah, we got Danny Boyle and Alex Garland.
Yeah, man, I'm excited. I actually saw the first two in the movie theater.
Me too.
So I forget that.
I don't remember them.
Well, I kind of remember the first one. I always forget that there's zombie movies, like virus zombie movies, I guess, like the Crazies kind of.
Yeah.
But, you know, to be honest with you, man, I haven't rewatched these movies since they released in the theater. So I wasn't the biggest fan. I just remember they were super hyped up when they first came out.
Very successful. Very successful. Bisho, are you familiar with this trilogy?
Familiar with the first one. I didn't know there was a second one. Wasn't Josh Hartnett in the first?
No. Cillian Murphy's in the first, and then the guy who plays Hawkeye, Jeremy Renner, is one of the stars of the second. It's more of an ensemble. Robert Carlyle. There's a very famous opening scene with him running, abandoning his wife and children to a fucking really cool song that people have reenacted and talked about time in memorial. But ladies and gentlemen, hot trailer 28 years later. Oh, what a shot, huh, Shah? Look at this shit already.
What the fuck?
Wait, sit here. Auntie, what's going on? Jimmy, sit still, keep quiet, and do not move from this spot.
Oh, because this is when they go. Okay, they rewinded to go forward. Look at this.
Seven, 6, 11, 5, 9 and 20 miles today, 4, 11,
Jesus,
17,
creepy as
32
shit,
the
man.
day
Oh,
before.
I love that
Boot,
scarecrow, man. That was creepy.
Oh
as
my
fuck.
God.
boot, moving up and down again. There's no discharge in the war. Don't Don't.
Bishop, can you pause
Look
this?
at what's in front of you, boo.
Okay, Shah, right off the bat, I have so much to say about the way this looks like it was shot. My God, this looks incredible.
Well, see, the first two look like shit because they were kind of like found
They had to
footage.
CG the fucking,
Yeah.
you know, a lot of it.
It was just low quality, just garbage kind of. Like this actually looks good, and that scarecrow dude, that holy fuck!
But the voiceover, dude.
Yeah, I was gonna say that voice. Whew, fucking, I got
Show,
goosebumps.
the
Man, I'm
fucking
into it.
voiceover is fucking like a hell. It's like a nightmare.
I know. It's funny. This movie, just looking at this, looks like The Walking Dead if they didn't have LL Bean clothes to sell on commercials. Like it honestly, it looks like society really did stop and they had to start over. Like they're making their own shit.
Little Planet of the Apes vibe for me.
Yeah, I didn't.
That's what I'm
catch
like,
that till now.
post-apocalyptic. Okay, but I just wanted to stop it because it was getting so heavy for me. I was like I was like forgetting we were on a show. All right, it's only got about a minute left.
Boo.
Jeez, look at these shots.
That was cool. The walkway in the water.
Men.
Wow.
Men go mad with watching them. There's no
They kinda look like
cause
cannibals.
in the war.
Yeah.
Oh my
It's a
God.
trial.
If your eyes
What the fuck is that?
stop,
God.
they will get the top of you. Boo,
Oh.
moving up and down again. There's no discharge
His
in the
voiceover
war.
is fucking horrifying. Oh shit!
Oh my God, guys.
Try to think of something different.
Whoa.
I love it.
Keep from going lunatic. Moving up and down
Oh
again.
my God.
There's no discharge in the war. 7, 6, 11, 5, 4, 17, 32 the day before.
Whew. Who wants to go first?
Dude, I don't even have much to say other
I'm
than
like short of
I'm
breath, man.
fucking sold. I'm sold on this shit, dude.
Oh
I don't even
my
like zombie movies, but this right here, dude, I'm sold.
B-show? I don't have anything.
Just when I thought I was done with zombies forever, they go and do something like this and completely redeem themselves. I don't know if it was the voiceover, like Shah said, or like the
combo of
style.
everything.
Just it is everything. It looks good. Like it looks inviting. Like I want to actually see this movie. I don't want to
Oh
just
my
ignore it.
God. I mean, Shah, this is a rare case where this is clearly a mainstream property for sure. But this feels like it's operating on every right level for me. I don't know, but I like that trailer is flawless. It's flawless.
It's nothing like I expected.
At all.
Honestly, I didn't even watch it because I was like, oh, it's like a zombie movie. Like I'm not gonna be into it. It's gonna be like The Walking Dead, basically, right? I don't know. This is weird. I like the fucking statues they made out of the skulls.
Skulls.
Like, I like that weirdness to it. You know,
The
what I mean?
voiceover is,
and that's something the first two didn't have. So I don't know if Alex Garland over the years got weirder and
Probably.
just, took a turn, but I'm with it.
B-show, that voiceover. Whoever came up with that.
Yeah, because it's almost like from a record played on an
It
old
is.
public address system.
Yeah, it sounds. I don't know what it is. It sounds like what's his face, like
Hills Have Eyes.
Eddie Cantor or something. Like
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sounds like
like-
clean.
it's
like-
like in the prison movie when he gets beaten up for playing the record over the loudspeakers. Just something old about it.
Yeah, if anybody knows what that is, because I want to download it immediately, and I want to play it in my nightmares. I'm sold. I think we could all say, knock out of the park trailer. Is that? I mean, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I'm way more excited than I probably should be for this movie, to be honest with you. I thought I was gonna hate it, to be honest. I wasn't,
Jesus Christ.
I didn't think I was gonna like it.
I think we're all going to the movies in the end of June. Holy shit! That's from Shawshank. Wow.
No. The thing I was talking about was the record on the.
Oh
loudspeaker.
yeah. It does remind me of like Eddie Cantor, like a Boardwalk Empire, like that kind of, that sort of intonation, like back and down again, like that kind of thing. Oh, I'm gonna research this motherfucker. And Alex Garland wrote this motherfucker.
Yeah, I'm hoping he didn't retire with Civil War, man. I need something else from that guy.
I call bullshit on that.
Yeah.
I hope-
Is
I
that
hope
a
you're right.
transatlantic accent you're talking about? Like the old school
Yeah.
theater
Yeah, look,
accents?
1915.
Yeah.
1915, Robbie pulled it up.
There we go.
1950 recording of Taylor Holmes reciting Rudyard Kipling's Boots.
Oh, fuck.
What the fuck?
What? Who comes up with that?
How do you know that?
Danny Boyle and Alex Garland, apparently, in some
Jesus.
capacity. A 1903 poem recorded in 1915.
I'm impressed that Joe Punches knows that.
I think a lot of people saw that trailer like Joe and said, I need to know what this is because I want it. I'm going to see if I can download it afterwards. Moving into a much more different realm. Bisho, I can't see all the trailers. I'm sorry. But
Oh, in the private chat? Let me see.
yeah, it got cut off. So we talked about the Pooh universe and Popeye. And now Peter Pan has joined the fray in the public. Shah's already shaking his head. In the public domain sphere. Yes, good old Peter Pan. This is insane. We're going from like something so tremendous to something probably so not. Anyway, we're gonna do the Peter Pan trailer.
Peter Pan's Neverland Nightmare. Sorry, I got cut off.
Peter Pan's Neverland Nightmare. Don't expect to be thinking like you were just feeling the feeling you just got. Say goodbye to it.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Fucking nice, dude.
I can't wait. I can't wait. Oh, do we have it?
Yeah. There we go. I had to drop the things in the chat since it got cut off. Here we go.
Now, I don't know if this is part of the Pooh-verse. I don't think it is, guys. I think this is its own thing.
Wakey, wakey. Peekaboo.
Oh, Jesus.
How did you get down there?
I'm Peter. It's nice to meet you.
Is Peter Pan like a pedo or something?
It looks
Oh,
like
it is. It is part of the universe.
What do you remember? He's close to Neverland, and he must act now to take the children with him.
It's time to collect.
Oh, fuck that.
Oi, freak! You gonna pay for that?
Is that Sabi, baby? Sabi?
Hi, Peter. Do you know what I have?
Oh, he steals kids in a van!
I'm gonna take you to Neverland.
Oh, no. He steals kids in a van.
So if you need a hand...
What is Neverland, like a pedo sex cult or something?
Probably. Oh, look at this mask. Uh-oh.
Wow.
Who wants to come to Neverland with me?
Oh, that was so Buffalo Bill.
I was just gonna say.
Look at that.
You want to cover Neverland?
It's my duty to send the kids to Neverland and protect them from this world.
Oh my God.
In a place where you can be a little boy for the rest of your existence.
Ayo! It's like a puppy party. Oh my God.
Get her to me!
Wow.
That was intense.
Marco.
Hello.
Marco.
Hello.
Wow.
Oh, I thought the bodies were gonna move.
I did too.
That's what I was
Shah, I
expecting.
have to say, I'm not like compared to Popeye. That's like 100 times. I dare I say that looks 100 times better than.
Honestly, I was gonna say this looks better than anything else out of those silly movies.
Yeah,
that came. This
all
looks
of them.
better than Winnie the Pooh, too.
Is this what they did with the money from the Pooh movies?
I don't know. I can't say I'm gonna check it out, but out of all of the ones that I've seen, this is definitely the best looking one. You know?
And it looks gory.
Yeah. No. Yeah. This definitely looks like it's gonna be violent.
It looks like they chose Violence Beast show for this one.
Yeah, I mean, we watched the Popeye one. We were actually a little surprised by it, but we admitted that it still looked kind of corny and cheesy. And all this does look a little corny. It looks really intense and serious. And
Oh, it's heavy. It looks, yeah. I mean, it's
Yeah.
about a psycho who has got magic powers who likes to steal boys, and that's probably how he gets the ability. Steal children, kill them, and then look for more children.
well, and it's funny because like that's been an urban legend for a long time. Like you've seen the movie theories online where
Yeah.
someone said Peter Pan isn't really taking kids to Neverland; he's killing them and taking their ghosts or something like that. Like I'm surprised
Jesus.
someone hasn't done something like this yet, but
Wow.
Got to admit, man, I was really disappointed when I saw like the Mickey Mouse shit was going to come out.
Yeah, that looks the worst of them all, I think.
Pleasantly surprised by this trailer. Not going to lie.
Yeah, Mickey Mouse was definitely the worst.
Mickey
one, man.
Mouse looks the worst. Pooh just looks silly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Popeye, insanely dumb. But
I wonder if they heard people ragging on the Pooh movie saying they were just rushing to make stupid movies to use IP, and they decided to actually make something good. I don't know.
Well, I like that they're all British, or I'm going to get G-checked if this isn't British, but I like that they're not the Pooh movies are British because I believe the House on Pooh Corner is supposed to be in the UK, if I'm not mistaken, from the book. Or it's UK based. Peter Pan's UK based, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what else? When did Roald Dahl make Willy Wonka? Was that early 1900s? Because we're getting close to that one.
Oh my God! You're telling me we're going to get a fucked up Willy Wonka movie in the next 5 years?
We have to at some point.
It's going to be like Willy Wonka with something with his penis or something. It's going to be like his Willy's wacky Wonka wiener or something.
Oh my God. Weenie Wonka.
Weenie Wonka.
Dude, that might actually be good. I've always kind of wanted that. Like a horror.
Come and see, I have no plans in this world of my imagination. Don't tell your parents. Here's some candy. That's really sad. I love Willy Wonka. I think no one should have ever they should have never touched it. But Shah, I think you're right. This looks the best of all of them. And I'm not saying it looks great or anything, but what is Billy Donka?
Or Diddle Donka.
Diddle Donka.
I think it's the least offensive one. You know what I mean?
I don't know. I feel like they're kind of there might be some fucked up shit in this.
No, I mean offensive to us as far as our viewers.
Stealing children to go to Neverland.
No, yeah, in that sense, yeah, it's the most offensive. Yeah.
Thankfully, according to Robbie Richmond, and shout out Robbie Richmond, haven't heard.
I haven't talked Robbie, old school, OG Robbie Richmond.
Yeah, Willy Wonka was written in 1964, so fortunately that'll be we're all long gone.
Safe. Yeah, I don't know what's coming out of the pipeline, but I'm scared because now we also have Pinocchio. We have inappropriate Pinocchio movies. Dumbo.
Is that the one where she sits on his face and he lies to her?
No. I thought didn't we cover the inappropriate Pinocchio?
I think
don't
we
even
did.
know. I think we did. Dumbo will be another one. It'll be like a killer elephant that like just kills people, or it could be a really great big fat person. I don't know.
Hey kids, I got candy. Why don't you come in the van?
Dude, that would have been great if they just would have got the Buffalo Bill guy to just cut the middleman out and just watch to go to Neverland.
It would have been perfect.
That would have been amazing.
I got a van back here. Anyone want some Tootsie Rolls?
And then they had a great big fat guy, and then we could have asked him what happened to him, and he could have said, "Was he a great big fat person?"
Great big fat person.
A great big fat person. Okay, we got two more trailers. One of them, we were going to do the trailer for The Brutalist, but to be honest with you, it just doesn't fit the vibe. It's just a very heavy, artsy A24 movie. I think about post-World War II. Don't think it's going to fit the vibe. So we're going to skip that because I just feel like it's just, after what we've just watched, it just feels a little, I don't know, not great. But there's a movie called The Sweet East, an independent movie that I've been seeing a lot of attention towards. And then I think we have another trailer to back that up. I think it's called Novocane. That's the Jack Quaid movie, which looks interesting.
That didn't come through. I'll drop that in there so we don't forget.
Yeah, Jack Quaid. We'll do Novocane and The Sweet East. Now I've heard a lot about The Sweet East, but I'm just going to let the trailer play out for those of you that haven't heard of it before. This movie's getting a lot of buzz. I like the title, Sweet East. Oh, here we go.
Hey, oh my God, we're not a threat. Don't look at us like that. Sorry,
Yeah, no.
Shah, you're gonna love this movie.
You sure you're in the right place? Feel certain I've never seen you at one of these affairs before.
What movie was he in?
The guy who did Nora's movie.
I don't think she'd be scared. I think she's really braver than you think.
This looks interesting.
This looks amazing.
The election was a pre-scripted puppet show, just like every year.
Oh, shit.
No,
you two are a complete pair of cosmopolitan snobs, you know that, yeah?
I need to know what's going on down in that basement now.
Is that Indy Milanakis?
Maybe.
What in your young life could you have encountered to inspire you?
I don't know. I never really cared about that stuff. Glad they figured out how to make movies like less boring than this.
Did they? This looks like redneck Portlandia.
No, I do know that. I don't like being like told things about myself.
Simon Rex, yeah. Big TV star, her. She's a Golden Globe winner. Jake Belordi, another big star now. Gibby Haynes, Andy Milanakis. Gibby Haynes, singer of the Butthole Surfers.
No, but wait. I don't have your number.
Oh, I don't have a cell phone.
I feel like this should be an A24 movie.
Yeah, this looks like a A24 fever dream shot, doesn't it?
Yeah, it definitely looks like a A24 neon movie. I'm surprised. What is it, from the people from Utopia? Is that what it says?
Yeah, it's Utopia. Utopia makes big indie movie. And that's Simon Rex Shah. He's in that other movie that the guy from Florida Projects, the movie I didn't see. Spank, you saw it. You told me about it.
Oh, Red Rocket.
Red Rocket. Yeah, he's the star of that, isn't he?
Were you going to say Spank It? And he was saying Red Rocket?
No, Spankin' the Monkey. That was it.
You're right. That is what he's from. I totally forget that.
Well, actually, he's an MTV VJ back in the day. But Shah, this looks like a movie right up your alley.
It is. This is definitely something I would watch. When is it coming out again? Do you know? Is it next year?
I think it looks like it was shot a long time ago because the girl from The Bear is in it, and Jacob Elordi is in it. They look a lot younger. This was probably made a couple of years ago.
It says 2023 it was released, so maybe 2022 it was shot.
I think it's coming out available now for streaming. Yeah. It's making the rounds. But Bisho, this looks like an indie fever dream.
Yeah, I honestly don't know what I just saw. Like, it looks intriguing and it looks cool, but I have no idea. Like I said, it reminded me of Portlandia. There was a lot of different people, a lot of different characters. Nothing looked interconnected other than a few things, but looks pretty cool.
Yeah, it's supposed to be some kind of like New York-based fairy tale. It looks like there's some inappropriate shit in there. I'm definitely going to check this out, Shah. I'm sure you're going to want to check it out as well.
And honestly, dude, I agree with Robbie. It is becoming like a genre. Like, I feel like they've created their own niche. I feel like a lot of companies.
Yeah, Robbie hit it too. Yeah.
Yeah, even some of these bigger companies. I mean, I feel like The Omen, like that felt like a elevated horror movie. And that was a Fox Pictures, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
yeah, Fox.
This movie looks gorgeous though. Like, this is definitely up my alley.
Yeah, it looks fun. It looks like a fucked up movie that you tell people that you watch and go, I just saw the most fucked up movie. Like, you know what I'm saying, B-Show? Like, you start telling that looks like a word of mouth movie, but it definitely looks like it was shot a long time ago.
Yeah, it definitely looks like it's in line with some of the movies that you guys seen. Like the scene with the young girl on the couch, you see the flower on her sock, and then the old guy's creepily looking at her. It's like, there's some skeezy vibes on this shit. Yeah,
there's definitely something going on there. Anyway, we got one more trailer, and then we got an action-packed Patreon show. Now, I'm torn here, B-Show, because the Novocane trailer just came out, and it's Jack Quaid from The Boys. A lot of people love him. He is the child of actor Dennis Quaid and Meg Ryan. And then we have F, Marry, Kill, which is always one of our favorite things to do. What are you guys thinking? Do we go Novocane? Do we get F, Marry, Kill?
I say Novocane. F, Marry, Kill sounds kind of like a.
Let's do Novocane because it looks kind of fun. It just came out yesterday. Actually, it may just came out today. And again, it stars Jack Quaid. I am very familiar with because he's the star of The Boys. He's also in that upcoming movie, guys, that we saw a trailer for about a dude holding a woman hostage and he's burning her. That's coming out next year called Companion.
That's right.
Yeah, he's in that. We know there's very little information about that movie. Anyway, here's good old Jack Quaid. Again, he's the son of Dennis Quaid, who we just talked about earlier, and Meg Ryan. And he seems like a very cool, chill dude. I love him in The Boys, even though he's really not the wee Huey that I remember from the comic. Anyway, this is called Novocane. It comes out next year.
Hey, it's Jack Quaid. The Novocane trailer starts now.
It's a weird-looking kid.
So, what's your deal?
My deal? I'm just a regular guy with a regular job, but I've got this condition where I don't feel pain.
He looks like Meg Ryan. He looks a little like his parents.
Oh my God. You're a superhero.
I feel like I've seen him in a lot of other stuff. I just can't place
he's a big thing now, The Boys.
Last night was amazing.
Open the vault! Cops are here early! We need a hostage. Let's move! Oh my God, what am I doing?
I just want to know where Sherry is.
You ever fired a gun before?
This looks a lot like that movie.
So those are definitely third degree. So you're gonna want to run it under some cool.
With with the dude, with the dude who couldn't talk, and it's the guy from Family Guy, the guy from Bob's Burgers does his voice. That action movie. None of us saw it, but we watched the trailer. It looked kind of funny.
Yeah.
This looks just like that. Like he can't feel pain. That's a different movie. It's more like it's like a almost dystopian future movie. You know, you guys remember that trailer?
I think Shah was sick that night, and you and I watched it. But yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember that one.
Yeah, but he can't feel pain. So he can die, but he can't feel pain. So it's an interesting premise there. Boy Kills World. Thank you, Juicer. All right, let's finish this trailer up. Ooh.
Hey man, you okay?
Why don't you just call the police?
Do you think I'm in on this?
Manslaughter, Grand Theft Auto.
Do you know what it's like to wait your whole life to meet someone? Someone who finally gives your life meaning? Would you wait around for someone else to save her? Or would you do it yourself?
Oh, good.
What the fuck is
Holy
that?
shit. Got maced in the back.
Ugh. I see where this is.
Oh, sorry. It's fine.
Oh.
What
That was
happened
kind
to
of
your
cool.
face?
You should see the other guy.
Tell me everything you know.
What's his name?
You gotta be careful, dude. You can still die. You're
Oh,
not
but he's still he's
Wolverine.
all the glass. Oh, jeez.
Oh, he stole that from wrestling.
High paid deathmatch.
Pain.
Oh,
Ian and Axelrod, man.
Stop it. I mean, oh! Wow, that hurt. That one hurt the most.
Jeez.
Novocane? It is you! I thought you'd be dead by now.
Well, I'm not.
It's fucking Novocane! And he's not fucking dead!
Yeah, that looks fun. I like him a lot. So and he's a big deal now. That kid's you're gonna see this kid and everything for the next 20 years. I know
What's
you
his
guys
name?
haven't seen him. Jack Quaid. But really, he's from The Boys. And The Boys is mega popular.
Oh, he was the dick boyfriend in Scream.
Scream, the
2020. That's what I
beginning
knew
of the
him
Scream
from.
reboot. Did you see that one shot? Because he's in that too.
I did, but I don't recall him in there though.
Yeah. Shah, you think he looks like his mother? I think he looks like his father.
I mean, a mix of both. I definitely see a little bit of Meg Ryan in there. From like You Got Mail era, like that type of Meg Ryan.
She was fucking cute as fuck back then, wasn't she?
Robbie Richmond has a good point. He said he saw this trailer earlier and immediately thought of the phrase "big dumb fun." I mean, that's really what it looks. It looks like a funnier version of it. Yeah, Jason Statham movie. Yeah.
Yeah, he's not grating like Jason Statham is, B-Show. That's the big difference. I find Jason Statham to be incredibly grating as a personality.
Yeah, it's almost Conor McGregor-esque. It's just kind of strange. I don't know. People like those movies, and I guess that's
People
for
do.
them. I've just never been a fan.
Me neither. I would check that out because I like him, and I'm sure that looks R-rated to me, Shah. I don't think that's a PG-13.
No, that's definitely R-rated. I mean,
Oh,
it
that's
looks like a
Amber.
fun-
That's the girl from fucking Amber Midthunder from fucking Predator Prey. That's the
okay,
girl from the
yeah.
Predator movie.
Yeah. I mean, it looks like a fun heist movie. It's not something I would go see in the theater, but I'd check it out on streaming.
Yeah. Yeah. The trailer was Red Band. Thank you, Don. So I was going to say that's definitely like an R-rated trailer. Yeah, I just thought it was fun. It just looked like a fun movie, and he is hot shit, that dude. And if you guys ever get a chance, The Boys is so fucking good. I mean, it is just really nothing like The Boys. The Boys is amazing, and it's so popular. It's ending next year, so you'll see this kid pop up, I think, in a lot more movies as far as that goes. But listen, we have an action-packed Patreon show. Just a quick reminder, next week, the show of the year, yep, it's going to be a big one. Next week, next Thursday at 8:30, we drop our final five. Our final five horror films of 2024, plus honorable mentions, some stuff we're excited about for 2025. We'll do it all in the main, and then we'll probably do a little post-mortem on the Patreon. Now, next week, we'll also be announcing the schedule for the shows. We will not be going live on Thursday, obviously, day after Christmas and the day after New Year's. We might pre-record. We're going to try to possibly do a Monday of those weeks. We're going to talk about it. But if you are in the Patreon, or if you haven't yet, consider going to patreon.com/SpitballMedia. $5. You're going to get 3 solo shows for the month. And whatchamacallit, we're excited to do them. So please consider going to patreon.com /Spitball Media. $5. Great group of people there. Some of them have been with us for years, literal fucking years. A majority of them have been there since day one. Let's plug our pals. Let's plug Hey Now Rich Dow's podcast. We got Deathmatch Outlaws, the Drew Yari Experience, Cassette Classics 86 on YouTube, the Down Under Thundercast, Don Tony and Kevin Castile. They have their Monday night show every Monday after Raw. And, of course, The Wrestling Soup. We got the Mecromaniacs podcast. That's my brother Mike. They're going to be doing their top, I think they do 6. I'm not 100% sure. But, shout out to those guys, of course. We have the Inhuman Experience podcast. Ringside is Wrestling on YouTube, our good friends in the UK. Mojo and Dirk's Most Dastardly Show. The Garden of Doom, the Old Guy Metal Cast. MJW Games, Cherry Jesus on YouTube, and his band Kaiser. Our good friend Sam Hoyos. His band Playing Dead and the Red River podcast. Got to plug them. And, of course, Fate 316. The High Marks podcast, Midnight Mass Creature Cast, Weekly Detour with Anthony Allison and Teddy. The Guns and Geeks podcast. And I want to give a special shout out to my good friend Marv, Marv the Movie Monster. I actually joined him on Thanksgiving Day. We had a little fun there with some of his pals. We watched a little bit of the Macy's parade. I forgot to plug that. That was just a lot of fun. I just called in and I cursed in the first 30 seconds and almost ruined the whole show. God's honest truth. I didn't know. I'm just not used to live YouTube. They had to shut. I was literally like Courtney Love at the Grammys B show. They had to shut me down immediately, like my first 5 seconds of the show.
It's amazing because I don't think we've ever, the three of us, talked about not cussing on this show. So I don't know how that's going to affect monetization later. But oh well.
Not curse.
It's just the way we are, man.
Just the way we are. Planet Mondo Shah, we want everybody hitting that subscribe, correct? On the YouTube channel?
Yes, sir. Please do. You never know. In 2025, might be making content again. Never know.
Yeah. So, but just hit that subscribe, and there's tons of content there to enjoy if you haven't already checked it out. So that doesn't matter. You just want to go there and hit subscribe and start watching all the good stuff on there. And the B Show Brian channel. B Show, are you closing out anything on there for 2024?
Probably not. I was trying to get something up for this Friday because it's.
You should do a Terrifier thing on there. Actually, now that you said that, I bet you could probably do a whole thing on that.
I probably could. I feel bad making it a whole thing. I'll talk to you guys about it later. But bshowbrian.com. It'll take you to the YouTube. Subscribe, like,
hit that.
I appreciate it.
Subscribe and like, and of course, make sure you hit the subscribe and like for the Spitball Media YouTube podcast. Tell a friend. Join up for the Patreon. You've earned it. You worked really hard this year. You really should join up. We got a fun show prepared for the Patreon. Thank you guys so much for chilling in there, old and new. You're not going to want to miss next week. Just put that on the old calendar, 8:30 next week. It is our biggest show of the year. It's our most talked about show of the year. Always controversial. And I have a feeling this year will not disappoint, especially after everything we talked about tonight. Guys, thank you so much for another fun week of podcasting. We're heading over to Patreon. Have a great weekend. Get ready for the old holidays. We'll see you guys next week for the big show.